Thank you all so much for sending in your videos to me, or else this video wouldn't be possible. I'm not a coach or a judge or anything. These are just my initial reactions to watching your awesome videos.
This show, I really like it, and I'll explain why. First of all, big social justice theme. Right from the title, Still I Rise, I thought it was referencing Maya Angelou poem, which it is, and then throughout it, they're not performing to a song, it's a reading of the poem, and there's some like MLK Jr.'s voice interspersed in there as well. Something else I noticed throughout the show is just how many exchange tosses they have. So these silks are standing out great against these backdrops, and then they like sneak in a little exchange toss, and then I realized they had been doing it throughout the show, and they didn't stop doing it there either. This show is called The Dance of the Statues, and that's honestly like a whole mood for it, because I had this strange feeling like I was watching something I wasn't supposed to see. Like, you know, the statues were dancing, like the toys in Toy Story move, but like only when no one's looking. Something else that was surprising to me was how they kind of danced with the pole when the silk was stripped. It's different, but I like that they integrated that, because the silk is perceived as the beautiful part, but why not use the whole thing? This show has a pretty big impacting message, I think, what I could understand from the audio. Basically a call out for a romantic partner who kept making all the wrong decisions, and they just aren't the right person for us. I think that the dancers are kind of portraying this like, you know, grief process of when you have to leave a partner, and so right now they're kind of sassy and they've got these floor kicks and this parallel toss on the floor that's so impressive. And here is that big final moment, the acceptance stage of grief, where all the letters are burned, bridges are burned, the floor becomes a burned letter. Wow, this show is just extremely clean. The transitions are beautiful and completely seamless with the props that they're using. For example, right here, they're about to transition from flags. Now they have weapons, and it was beautiful and nice to watch. And here they do it again, but transition to a different silk. By the time the show was over, I was like, wait, how much time has passed? It was just so cohesive. Moving on, this next show is really cute. It has lots of ripples and features the equipment well, plus they have sweaters that they pull off. This show also has a lot of nice saber work. If you look to the left, they're about to have a toss. Everyone catches that toss. So great. I like that they have saber and flag on at the same time, and they're kind of working in harmony here, which is nice. That's not always a combination that I see.
Just tired of my heart being broken, and I'm tired of being hurt.
Alright, so this next show has a very important message. It is about surviving domestic abuse. And it's reminding us that sometimes abuse is invisible. There's not just physical, but also verbal and emotional that can't be seen by others. So you never know who could be watching this show and need to see it. Then we have this killer flag feature. I'm a big fan of this color scheme. I love purple. So this is just a really powerful, the way that ombre silk looks. Alright, wow, next show has so many good parts. Let's start off with this ripple that goes really amazing with the music, need I mention. Then there's just this whole sequence with the rifle toss and these silks, the silk reveal. I just can't even explain how great this is. And then if you keep watching, it gets even more astounding with the tosses, and well, then it goes into the flag feature. I'm just a big flag fan, and I'm freaking out over this show. So if your reaction was anything like mine, your mouth is probably hanging open. I cannot take my eyes off the screen watching this show. This middle school guard is better than some high school guards I've seen, to be honest. Their practice and hard work really show. Another thing I love is everybody is doing everything. Everybody's on rifle, everybody's dancing, everybody's on flag. And this whole show is very aesthetically pleasing with the color scheme, and the uniforms look beautiful. Next we have a show with a theme that I never get tired of, Alice in Wonderland. The show has really good flow, and they do a lot of tosses like on the cue of the music, and when they're dancing in the beginning, that's really cute. This flag feature has a lot of cool little details in the work. I like in the beginning the way they pick up their flags. They don't just carry them out onto the floor. They have a little choreography while they're still standing there. Then later they have a really cool silk toss type thing. It's just cool. And for our last show, we had the same guard again, just at a different year. And they have kind of a smaller team this year, which can be hard because everyone has to perform better. But I think they still did really well. And I love how they have this little stand thing where people can have their little solo. More people get to be featured with a smaller team. Then this finish is just very peaceful and beautiful. I love it. Thanks again to all these guards, and thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, or share with a friend.